Hey, what's up guys? Final Boss here, and today I'm going to be using my Mortar and Hog deck that I made. It's a really great deck. I was able to push in the top 50 global. It was a really awesome deck. Kind of tilted at the end, meta kind of shifted. People started using max Elixir Wizards and max Graveyards. I was able to hold off a couple of them, but as you can see, I got to 6,061 trophies. I was just shy of the 6,100 mark. I was top 50 global in the last couple of hours, tilted down to 150, but it's okay. I had a good time using something unique. I guess I could say I was the top Mortar player, but it's really not a deck that you use a Mortar really too offensively. Maybe if you're actually given, if you are giving the opportunity to use it offensively, you will, but it's essentially mainly used defensively. So yeah, with that being said, we're going to go on ahead and get into a game. I was playing around with some different decks earlier. Don't really want to start off with a Mortar out the gate. I might just send in a lone Hog just to kind of see what he's going to do over here. So he's using a Bandit deck. Alright, so we're going to go on ahead and put down our Mortar defensively. We're going to put down our one Elixir Skeletons to counter. A little bit over here. Bandit's going to go down very easily, but it is going to get melted swiftly by the Inferno Tower over here, but we were still able to do about 500 damage, and now we're almost back to our Hog Rider, and we should be up in Elixir. With that being said, probably going to just go on ahead and put down the Ice Wizard in the back for defense, and we're going to see kind of where this is going to go. We're going to put down this as defense. Alright, it looks like a Bandit cycle type deck. Alright, Bandit's going ham over here. That's so funny. I just don't think that the Bandit's actually a good card. He went all in, which is not typically a good strategy to do, but I guess that is his deck. Essentially, he's broke right now, and that's okay with me, because I'm going to just sit back and chill, and just put down the Ice Wizard. If I need to, I can go on ahead and tornado. That's fine. And we're going ahead and put down our Hog. And we're gonna zap that to retarget onto the one Elixir Skeletons. Almost was able to get a hit off of that. Yeah, you can always tell that players that aren't very good are the players that just kind of go all in every single time. And I'm not trying to like dog this guy out or anything like this, but it's just kind of, there we go. We're gonna lightning this bad boy. If I would have waited just a second, I would have been able to essentially gotten some decent value over there. We were able to get some nice damage off of that bad boy. And we're going to just ignore the Bandit over there on that side. We're going to go ahead and set up. It's a Bandit cycle deck, so that is his that is what he is going to do. Alright, that's going to be awesome. And now I have my lightning for whatever he's going to put down. We're going to go ahead and just going to put down a Mortar just for some defense. And we're going to set up our Ice Wiz on the other side. He only has poison, not too worried about that here. So he's going to set up his Miner, going to get that in. And we're going to put down the one Elixir Skeletons. We're going to zap and retarget all of this business. And we're going to wait for his Electro Wizard. Alright. Did substantial damage right there. Alright, we're going to put down an Ice Boy over here for a little bit of defense. Bandit's coming in hot, so we're going to set up that bad boy. And we got our almost to our lightning here. This should be the game, unless something super crazy goes on, and we were able to take that. So Ryan, I wasn't trying to dog you out or calling you a bad player. I'm just saying that people that essentially go all in, especially before a double elixir time, are at a severe disadvantage in winning, just because of they're just not leaving themselves a lot for defense or anything like that. So typically players that do that, I mean, I go all in sometimes if I know that they're broke or I get into a situation. But really, in the first part of the game, you're just trying to build up an elixir lead, so you're going to be able to beat them in double elixir, or just try to get the advantage against them to use your strategy against their strategy, essentially, and bring the fight onto your side is what you always want to do. Now, if you guys know me, I mean, I tilt. I mean, there's not a player in this game that doesn't lose. I lose games all the time. That's also how I win games. And speaking of winning games, if I want to win a game, I need to go on ahead and make a move. If you put some minions on top of me, it could hurt. Alright. Look at that hog pathing. That is just kind of weird. Alright, Valkyrie is going to die to that. I am just going to have to absolutely eat all this over here. Put a little Ice Whiz on this business. I don't have to eat that. Alright. We're going to set up the mortar, and now we are about to put all of this business in there, and we're going to get a good zap. Nope. Is that a good zap? I'm not sure if that was a good zap or not. Didn't look like it. No loon damage is going down, so if we can beat a lava hound deck, that's going to be great. He does have tombstones, so that probably means that he has skeleton army. That's typically how that story goes, and we just used the zap, so cannot go hog rushing in. I did not mean to do that. Alright, so we are going to go on ahead and put down the hog Valkyrie combo, because this might be a base race. Definitely need this every little hit that we can. Valk's going to do some work. Was going to do some work. Decided not to do some work afterwards. So we're just going to leave the lava hound. It's actually a good strategy. And we are going to actually get a little creative over here. And yeah. And we're going to put all this business over here. Now that loon's going to go to the other side. It should go down pretty easily. And now we're back to the Valkyrie. I think he's getting a little bit smart. Getting smart here. Let's set up our whole push over here. Oh, no, 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 no. And we're going to wait till almost the last second. Alright, we are going to lose that tower, boys and girls. Oh, no. Alright, good stuff. Pull some of that business on over here. Let's just go on ahead and lighten all this business. I'm going to zap all that. And now we're going to and that loon is not going to get a hit. Oh, it is. Ah. And we're going to give him the good game. Alright, so we were able to beat, thanks, good luck. So we were able to beat a lava loon deck with that. Things got a little crazy. That was not an easy by any means. But I tell you what, guys, the tornado is honestly one of the best cards in the game. It defends against the Hog Rider super well. It defends against all the air troops. I highly recommend it. Not to mention the Electro Wizard is the best card in the game. I unfortunately only have a level 3 legendary, and that's right, level 3. But if you have all max cards and you're playing against maxed opponents, most of these guys up there's a lot of guys up in the top 200 that have max Electro Wizard. I just tweeted that to Pat earlier today, and I saw that he has a max Graveyard, a max Electro Wizard. There is no reason for those kind of cards not to be like top 50 global if you have the time to push and if you are a skilled player to be able to push up there. So I definitely think if Pat had enough time or was able to use a deck, I did see that he was using a deck that Colton was using. I don't know if he was the one that made it, but I did see a ton of people using that Bowler Graveyard Baby Dragon deck, and that just kind of, it's a lot. Bait deck right now, it seems like everybody has kind of a counter for it. It's finally kind of, people have figuring out a way to beat it, and it's probably always going to be around, but I just don't think that it's going to be as OP as it was previously in this game. I have gotten to 12 wins with this before, and the last one I got a 10 win with it. I also used misclicked and used a random deck that I had on there, so it could have been different if I could have gotten one game back, but you know what, sometimes you just make mistakes, you lose the game, and sometimes I've started off with 2 losses early and gotten 12 wins in a grand challenge. So definitely great card values. You know, even if you guys are getting 3 or 4 wins out of grand challenge, still really good value for gold and everything else. So the chest was not super good for me. I wasn't super impressed with it, but we're going to go ahead and get into one more live game for you guys. I'm playing against a Korean fella from the Club Sum. So much sum, there's 2 U's. Not sure what I really want to do here. Alright, we do know what we want to do here. Alright. Hog's going to get 1 hit on there and then activate our King Tower. Almost kind of feel like throwing out the Mortar, so you guys not seen me use... whoa. That's good. Alright, we're going to have to eat that. That's fine, but now... What? Oh, no, don't get a hit. Oh, you got a hit. So, Battle Ram Hog Rider deck. I like it. Alright, we're going to kind of do an all-in push since this guy wants to do an all-in push against us. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pull that E-Wiz on over to the side and just let me accumulate the damage that I need to get done over here. I'm going to zap that bad boy away. We're going to eat all that E-Wiz damage on the other side because I need to recoup some of my elixir. And now he's got a little bit of tower down, but now we have substantial damage down and a good idea of what deck he's using. Alright. So, very interesting deck on his part. I kind of enjoy it. It's a pretty cool deck. Alright. Is that going to pull? Nope. Oh, no, it was bad. Bad. Alright, we have the King Tower activated. He went ahead and put a poison down for my Electro Wiz. We're going to make him use the Inferno so we can get some of our elixir back. And I'm okay with this right here. Because it's a 4-5 trade. Ooh. Alright, so we got a little bit of damage in with the Ice Boy. I'm okay with that as well. I'm going to go ahead and put down our Valkyrie in the back. I'm very, very tempted right now to Lightning. Alright, so use the Lightning there. Definitely going to need to catch back up on Elixir. Look at that Mortar. Mortar, come on. And we are going to pull the Hog Rider on over. We're not going to get any damage. So once you've kind of activated that, maybe we can sit here and get to 10. We're going to go ahead and put the Hog down now. And we're going to see if we can get some great value. Now we're going to get 1 hit will be great. 1 hit is great. And he's about to put down the Battle Ram. Just hanging on it here for dear life, and we're going to be able to escape the death. Or we should be able to escape death. Yes. And he knows it's already kind of over. We're going to lightning the tower for the win. Good game, sir. Interesting deck. I love the Battle Ram. I was actually using a Battle Ram Miner control deck. It was a Battle Ram, Poison, Miner, some cheap Cycle Troops, and that was really just it. I mean, that's... And it was a super good card. I think I had Musketeer in the deck. I can't remember. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I was gonna do, I guess, you know what? We'll do one more. Why not? I got an automatic update thing on my computer. Sorry. Alright. Mega Minion going down. I'm going to go ahead and put an Ice Wizard down on the left side to defend against the Mega Minion. Normally if there's a Mega Minion, it's typically a... what? That's weird. I was going to say it was going to be a Golem deck. Alright, so we're using like a very, very weird off-meta deck. I think I'm just going to... I'm going to have to use that as a Valkyrie over here. I do have one Elixir Skeletons to distract. I think he's already back to his Mega Minion. He's going to kite that over. That's nicely done. Mega Minion, stay to your side. Low power mode. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, that's a pull if I've ever seen one. Now, I'm not going to pull this on over to the King Tower. That's not really my objective right now, and I'm not committed to any tower right now, so that's fine with me. And that actually was going to work out in my favor. If he puts down the... that should get... Yeah, it's going to get maybe 2 hits. No. I can defend either here with the mortar. I think I'm going to defend here with the mortar. Just going ahead and set that up. The mortar is going to do that nicely. Boom. There goes the barbarians. That's also going to stop him from using his hog. Now, if I'm sitting on max elixir and he puts a Mega Minion in the back, he has a princess. What a weird deck. Very, very weird deck. Okay. Now, this is going to be probably the opportunity. Oh, I did not want to hit the princess to get shots over there. I don't think he has any kind of defensive tower. Alright. That is going to be good value. No! Alright. Valkyrie over here on that. Ice Boy on this business. We're going to put some One Elixir Skeletons on that. Princess is locked onto the mortar. Now we'll lock onto the Valkyrie. Don't really have much for this. I'm going to go ahead and put the hog down, even if should be able to get maybe one. Nope. Kill that princess, thank you. Not too concerned about the hog. Oh, yeah, okay. Not to say, man. Pull this on over for defense. We're going to need a good sized push here. We're going to go ahead and set up. He has his Mega Minion played already. So here comes... Alright, zap for one. We're going to probably have to start lightning this guy out. Alright, we're going to put down the Ice Wizard over here. We're just going to go ahead and lightning all this. Pull that back. Just kind of did a lot. Just a weird setup. Maybe Ice Wizard will get a little bit of assistance and some help over here. We're going to go on ahead and put down the mortar for some defense. He's going to start that in the back. I'm going to see if... Man, Hog is just doing some work. Alright, Ice Wizard. Valkyrie's going to shred that up. And now we're going to tornado him on over to the... I'm eventually going to get in there, guys. Alright. There's 2 hits that we needed. Do I feel confident? Yes, I do. I feel confident. Bad. How much does that do? 64 damage. Alright, so we're just going to send in a lone hog rider. See if we're going to be able to zap that ice spirit premeditated. If not, we're going to call that a good game. Good game. Alright, well, that was a pretty decent deck. I put up a really nice fight. I wasn't going to do that last game, but I'm glad I did. I could sit here and play out this entire grand challenge for you guys, but I'm not going to. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I am streaming like occasionally on Twitch, like maybe once a week at least. So it's Final Boss Clash if you guys want to follow me over there. If I start tilting, I have been logging out, so don't judge me. I just, you know, it's so weird. I'll be playing really well. I'm like, hey, I'm feeling really good. And then I'll log in Twitch and then I'll tilt. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to let this affect my day. And, you know, just sit here and tilt my face off and be stressed out. So I call it quits and just move along. So I'm a streaky player. Sometimes, like, this deck, I actually went probably about somewhere around like something insane, like 16, 14, 15, 16 wins in a row. My whole battle log was completely full of wins. I think there was a few draws on there, but this game is very balanced. This deck is very balanced. It's a very good card. It should beat, if played correctly, all the other hog decks that you're playing against, if played accurately. So yeah, I mean, this deck is super, super good. Now, you could put the Electro Wizard in for the Ice Wizard if you guys don't want to use the Ice Boy, but I mean, you know, the Ice Boy is really, really nice. It just kind of slows the whole entire push down. You even get grouping over here. I have tried Fireball for the Lightning. It's just not the same effect. The Lightning just gives you really the knockout punch. Don't go too crazy on the Lightning unless you are up in value or you're seeing value Lightnings, like if there's a Mega Minion, a Princess, and then you can get the tower damage. So you can really inflict some major pain, so to speak, with the Lightning. But, you know, in double elixir time, another thing I kind of learned, if they put down a pump, this deck is going to defend fine against most of the pump decks out there. Just don't worry about the pump and just continue going on. One last little tip I wanted to throw out there that I gave to my Twitter folks. If you're not following me on Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. I do put some cool stuff out there every once in a while. I lost a game where I had a log being thrown out there for the tie, you know, and I was actually would have been up severely because the other tower had been severely damaged and I had full health on mine. So I threw out the log and it was 3 seconds left. So I went back and I'm like, okay. So with that being said, it takes 4 seconds for a log to get to a tower. I think that's very valuable information. You know, if you're sitting there at 5 seconds and debating whether you should throw the log out, you know, for the tie or to see if your troop's going to get there, just go on ahead and throw it out. It's nothing better than securing the tie, you know, to send it into double elixir than to deal with that. So a lot of people are like, hey, what are you going to do about the Goblin Barrel? Well, if you put the Tornado in the front left of the King Tower or the front right of the King Tower, it'll minimize the damage of the Stab Gobs. You should only take about 1, maybe 2 stabs at the most. Most of the time, it's only 1 stab from the Stab Goblins. It works really well. Or you can put the Valkyrie in the front and the 1 Elixir Skeletons in the back will completely counter the Goblin Barrel out. But as you guys saw, Mortar doesn't really go down as offense. And if you're playing against 3 Musketeers, guys, you can group the 3 Musketeers together with the Tornado. The Mortar is going to hit those 3 Musketeers and practically eradicates everything on there. Some of the things that can get a little tricky with this deck could be the giant Minion Horde Minion deck, Miner. Really weird and unique deck. It's just really tough. You have to play a super amount of defense and just kind of try to find openings. And you know, don't be afraid to tie a game. Tying is okay. And sometimes if you know that you're playing against a counter deck, that's sometimes what you have to use. But also, that being said, you also still need to play your hog if you're going for a tie, just to make them spend elixir, maybe even split up a couple different lanes, just to give you, you know, where they're not just trying to shove all their troops down to one lane. But knowing when to defend is huge, and also when to apply pressure is another huge part. So, you know, normally if somebody puts out a golem or something like that, I'm going to invest probably like say like maybe 6 to 8 elixir onto the other side, and then try to put down my mortar. And also another thing is be careful with your tornado. I typically only put the tornado on the hog onto my king tower if it's alone by itself, or if it's with like accompanied by like a 1 elixir skeletons, just so you're not just getting creamed by all the other troops as you're tornadoing, and then now you've created, you know, a 3 crown opportunity for your opponent in the future. Or so yeah, I mean, but a lone golem I have no problem putting onto the king tower and then trying to deal with the support troops after that. It's a great way to really mitigate the damage. That being said, you better really have a good amount of defense to defend the support troops, because then with a golem decks are typically 3 crown decks, so then you've given your opponent a shoe-in fit to really kind of beat you there. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. 5-1, not too shabby. I'm expecting at least a 10 win out of this. 10 to 12 wins typically whenever I start off around the 5 to 6, but then again, I've gotten to like 8 wins, 8-0, 9-0, and I've gotten 9-3. So yes, I am human. Yes, I do lose, and I lose frequently as well. So only thing we can do is just try to learn from those mistakes that we're losing. Sometimes it's a counter deck. Look at your replays. I know I'm getting talking a lot here, but it's just been a hot minute since I've done a video, and I feel like there's some really good tips in this vid. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. It's nice to do this one, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.